Kristin with the Rogers Public Library, and this week for Catch 'em All at the Library, we will be focusing on Fidough. So in your craft packet, you will have the coloring page. You will also have a package of Model Magic, some paint, and a paintbrush. And we are going to make a little clay Fidough and then paint him. So I will show you how to do that. So to begin, we're going to take our package of Model Magic and open it, and then just work it a little bit, stretch it out, squish it to make it more pliable. Once it's good and stretchy and squishy, then we can start working on our Fidough. So to start our Fidough, I'm going to pinch off a section to make the head. So just pinch some off and then roll it around in your hands to make a little ball. And then we're going to set that aside for a moment. I'm going to pinch off a little bit. We don't need a lot for this piece. And this is going to be the snout. So we'll roll it up into kind of a ball shape. And then we're going to gently attach it, gently pressing it to the face. And then kind of shaping it into the snout. And we can, if it's not working out, we can take it back off, roll our head back up, and start again. So any time within this, if you feel like it's not doing what you want it to, you can always just roll it all out and start over. So we want a little snout that sticks out from the head a little bit, but not too much. And just shape it how you would like it to be. And then we're going to take another piece to make his little ears, which are little buns or rolls. And they are pretty large on the side of his head, so I probably do want a little bit more than this. So we'll roll some more balls up. That's probably about a good size. Once we have our ear rolled up, we can just gently press it onto the side of the head. We don't want to press too hard or it'll squish both the head and the ear, and we want the ear to stay nice and fat and fluffy. So we'll just gently press it on. There we have our head and snout and one ear. So let's go ahead and make our next ear. You can very gently pinch around your Model Magic to shape it. Now we need a little tiny piece, very small piece, to roll up into a little ball to make the nose. And then we can add that onto our snout. And then we need two very small pieces to be the eyebrows. So we'll roll these into little ovals, so you can roll them like you would roll up a circle and then just flatten them out a little bit. And then we want want those to go on the top. Oops, I squished it. Very easy to squish. So I'll just roll it back out a little and try again. There we go. So there's his little eyebrows. All right, now that is our head. So next we're going to pinch off another larger piece and we're going to roll it out into a long snake. And this is going to go around his head and well, around his neck at the point where it attaches to the body. And we're gonna pinch off one more piece, make one more ball to be the floofy tail. And set that aside, and now we can really do the body. So we're gonna roll it up into a ball. And you can start with a circle or you can start with an oval. So I'm gonna go with a little bit of an oval. Now I'm going to start with the legs. So I'm just gonna pick a spot and pinch and then pinch the other direction. Right now it does not look like a leg, but it will soon. So I'm gonna do that in 4 places where I want the legs to be. Okay, right now it just looks very strange mush. But if we start shaping it, gently patting in between the legs in both directions, and then just very gently pinching a little further down to pull a little bit more of the clay up, then they will start to look like legs. You can flatten the tips by just kind of patting gently down. And then we have the start of a body. Now, Fidough's back is bumpy, so you don't need to worry too much about it being nice and smooth and rounded. And then we're going to kind of gather a little bunch here at the back where we're going to add the tail. Make a little indentation around it. And then we'll grab our tail and stick it on. We can flatten it out a little bit. And now, for the neck, we just go to the front and put our fingers right at the top, all around it. So our fingers are kind of all around there at the top, and then just gently pinch. That will pull a little bit out, and then we just kind of pinch and pat around to smooth it. This gives us the beginning of a neck. And then we can get our head and attach it gently. Just very gently press it down. And we can reshape the body a little bit as we need to. But then we'll take this snaky piece and wrap it around the neck so that will help secure it, give it more space to hold on to, and also create the little donut shape around Fidough's neck. And then just make any little final adjustments that you'd like to make. Pinching and patting and poking. And then we're about done. Now, you'll want to let him dry before you paint him. So once you have him all done, you can set him aside, and you may need to readjust a little after. See if you can see his head is starting to lean forward because it's so much heavier than the rest of his body. So I'm just going to push his head back up a little, readjust his front legs a little bit so that he has more of his weight centered a little bit back, and then that will let me set him down without his head falling over. So I will set him aside, and you need to let him dry for probably a day or two. And you can tell my Fidoughs are not the same, even though I made them both. So it's fine if your Fidough doesn't look like mine. But once he's dry, it might crack a little, but it should be all right. But then we can take our paint we have yellow and black. Now, I don't need very much black at all, so I'm actually going to use the back of my paintbrush to dip it in. And then I'm just going to dot his eyes on with the back of my paintbrush. There he has some eyes. And then I can use the brush to get the yellow. Which again, Fidough is mostly off-white, so we don't actually need to paint too much of him. But he has some little yellow on his eyebrows, so we'll add some there. He's got a little kind of bread design on his head. And it is not even, so you do not have to make sure that it's all evened out. It's okay for it to be spotty or wiggly lines or however. Put some yellow on the sides of his ears. And then we need some going around on his neck. And then we need some on the tip of his poofy tail. And then a few little stripies on his back. And I think that is about it. So there we have our little Model Magic Fidough. I would love to see pictures of your Fidoughs when they're ready, if you would like to share them in the comments. Otherwise, that's it for Catch 'em All at the library this week, and I will see you next week to make another Pokemon.